what's up everybody? Here to do a huge haul here from a couple different Dollar Trees. Here's everything that I picked up. I went to a few different ones. One of them didn't even have like anything left. But the rest, I picked these up. I probably could have hit a couple more, but I didn't feel like it. And I think I got enough. So as you can see, the first one is Robert and the Toy Maker. There's a new puppet master in town. When the toy box is open, the war begins. And I'm going to go ahead and read it. Kind of hard through the camera. Nazi Germany, 1941, a legendary occult book that holds the secret to bringing intimate, yeah, let's get intimate with those inanimate objects to life, ends up in the hands of toy maker Amos Blackwood. As the Nazi terrorizes the locals while searching for the book, the toy maker uses the power of the book and gives life to his collection of vintage dolls and handmade toys. The SS raids the toy maker's shop, confiscating the book and arresting Amos. But the animated dolls and toys don't take kindly to the loss of their master. So begins a mission to rescue the toy maker from the clutches of the Nazis and to exact their brutal revenge. Their brutal and bloody revenge. And to continue that, well, actually, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a prequel, I think, before these. And supposedly they're based on true events. There's the first two Roberts. First Robert, after Paul and Jenny part company with their sinister housekeeper, Agatha, the disgruntled former employee gives a vintage doll called Robert to their son, Gene. Soon after Agatha's departure, strange events begin plaguing the household. Furniture is vandalized, objects are thrown around, and maniacal giggles echo through the house in the middle of the night. Nobody believes Gene when he claims Robert is to blame for the disturbances. Paul and Jenny consider the possibility that a supernatural force has taken over their home, but as the occurrences escalate, they discover that it's not the house that's haunted, it's the doll. And then the Curse of Robert. Emily Barker is a cash-strapped student trying to make money as a cleaner, working nights at the East Falls Museum. But her peaceful graveyard shift turns into time of terror when she is plagued by the sound of footsteps in the empty corridors and mysterious vandalism throughout the building. Emily suspects that one of the exhibits, a creepy vintage doll named Robert, is alive and wreaking havoc after hours. Her reports to the head security and the museum owner go unheeded, but when members of the night staff turn up dead in sinister circumstances, Emily knows the doll is responsible for the bloodshed. But a local police detective points the finger of suspicion at Emily, and she finds herself the prime suspect in the investigation. Can she convince everyone of the truth behind the murders and clear her name, or will she too fall victim of the curse of Robert the doll? And the last one in the series, The Revenge of Robert. In Nazi Germany, a toy maker takes possession of a mystical book which gives life to... okay, is this the same as... Toy maker? That can't be right. A toy maker takes possession of a mystical book in which gives life to the inanimate. After evading SS, who are under orders from Hitler to retrieve the book, the toy maker boards a train in an attempt to flee the country. Okay, I guess this is a different one. Thinking he's in the clear, the toy maker soon discovers that a group of high-ranking Nazi officers are also on board. Eventually, his secret is revealed and the Nazi close in, but the toy maker has already used the magical tome to bring a vintage doll called Robert to life, and Robert will stop at nothing to protect his master. So begins a blood-soaked battle aboard the train as the toy maker and the killer doll take on the Nazis. It's a fight to the death, and only the victor will get the next step. Alright, I'll have to look and see which one is prior to that, Revenge of Robert or Robert and the Toy Maker. Alright, up next, we got Severance. You'll never know when you're going to get axed. There's the back. Oh, of course, the stickers on it, I can't read it. Maybe I'll open it and read it in a future one. But it's got a bunch of special features. Being Danny Dyer featurette, the making of Severance, commentary, deleted scenes and outtakes, Not so special effects featurette, the genius of Severance behind the scenes, fight scene training, and alternate ending. I got Night Shift, which came with the slipcover. Well, I'll get it off later. Here's the back. Some special features, maybe? No, just subtitles, runtime. Amy is a young woman hired to work the night shift at a hotel made notorious by a gruesome legend. 10 years ago, the hotel was the site of a brutal mass murder. As her shift goes into the late hours of the evening, Amy realizes that not only is the story true, but that the killer remains on the grounds and still has a taste for blood. Trapped in the hotel with a vicious murderer on her trail, Amy must find a way to escape and save the hotel's guests in this terrifying thriller. And I can't remember if I already had this, but for $1, I was like, whatever. Hansel and Gretel. Here's the back. Special features include the making of Hansel and Gretel, cast and crew commentary, Hell's Crafty, gag reel, and trailers. A wickedly brutal classic in the vein of Hostel and A House of a Thousand Corpses. In this modern retelling of the classic horror tale, teen siblings are enslaved by a psychotic recluse within her gruesome house of horrors in the woods. Nun's Deadly Confession. We got the making of as a special feature. Welcome to the strange world of Dr. Rao, a psychiatrist with more problems than his troubled patients. From a dying clown to a nun with a dark secret, his client list is strange to say the least. When a detective finds himself in the doctor's seat, he begins to unravel a dark mystery, but will he put the pieces together before he too becomes victim of these twisted mind games? Got the Funhouse Massacre. Murder is all part of the show. Robert Englund has a role in it. Special features include audio commentary with the director. Then we got cast of video diaries. What a blast. Funhouse Massacre gas. The title says it all. Fun and massacre. On Halloween night, a group of United States' most notorious serial killers escapes from Statesville Asylum and descends upon a giant funhouse whose theme is based on their different reigns of terror. The unsuspecting carnival patrons think that the carnage created at the park is part of the show until they become part of the main attraction. The only people left to stop the killers are a ragtag group of college kids, a clueless deputy, and the local sheriff, who seems to have a strange attachment to the leader of the maniacs, the silver-tongued devil, Mental Manny. This chilling thriller features supporting turns by horror icons Clint Howard, Courtney Gaines, and Robert Englund as the warden. Next one we got, Storage 24. Will their first contact be their last? Here's the back. Some special features include deleted scenes, photo reel, behind-the-scenes featurette, creature development, costume design, sound design, video blogs featuring Noel Clarke, and it's got some other of the cast on there. Day in the life of Noel Clarke, scene commentaries with Noel Clarke, teaser, trailer, and a commentary with director. And there's a sticker on it. I can't read that first sentence, but it says something about when a London cargo plane crashes, leaving a highly classified content strewn across the city. Completely unaware that London is on lockdown, Charlie and Shelley, accompanied by best friends Mark and Nikki, are trapped in the Storage 24 facility, a dark maze of endless corridors with a mysterious predator hunting them one by one. And we got The Boat. Ranks easily among the year's best horror films, best adventurous films, and best films, period. We'll see when I watch it. A solo sailor finds himself locked inside the head of a sailboat which is on autopilot. Where's the boat headed? Where or why is it taking him? And will he survive the ordeal when he starts to appear like he isn't alone on the vessel? We got the Oxford Murders with Elijah Wood, John Hurt, Lenore Waltling, and Julie Cox. This might be more of a thriller than a horror. And of course the sticker is covering it up. A woman is murdered at Oxford. Her body is discovered by two men. And then it's talking about a professor. I can't really see what it says. It quickly becomes clear that this is the first of a series of murders, all of which are announced by the murder of strange mathematical symbols. Professor and student join forces, try and crack the code, and thus begins an elaborate puzzle in which nothing is as it seems, and the truth is elusive. Got a bunch of special features on there as well. The making of the Oxford Murders, the mathematical criminals of Oxford, the Oxford Murders interviews, Waiting for Alex, the Oxford Murders Professor Kalman, the Oxford Murders, Kalman's makeup, and behind the scenes. Then we got American Poltergeist, The Curse of Lilith Ratchet. Classic gory haunting you don't want to miss. Alice and her best friend Lauren inadvertently set a hellish curse in motion after surprisingly acquiring a mysterious shrunken head. Wanting to know more about their fiendish find, they pay a visit to a popular paranormal podcast host, Hunter Perry of Beyond the Veil. Hunter discovers its true authenticity of the ages-old object, and in hopes of creating a rating boost, he plans a live podcast in which the tale of the shrunken head will be introduced to the masses. Little do they know, by playing the game and calling her name, they will release the demonic spirit of Lilith Ratchet. All right, I'm just going to make this part 1, and I don't want to, it's already 12 minutes, so I'll go ahead and do a part 2. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.